Welcome back. Welcome back. We are live for another episode of Kangz Council, episode 19. The podcast that is accepting tips if you like what you're hearing. That being said, we're going to get straight to intros. The man who is getting ready to send more people to the Shadow Realm than Maximilian Pegasus Despair.
Yes. 2 more months.
2 more months. And of course, if you're looking for protection, you can call on this man to break some legs. You got FallaYoDreams.
Yep. What's up, y'all?
Accurate.
And yours truly, knowing his paycheck would also qualify as a disappointing financial forecast. Supafreak 27. Oh, I hit the wrong button.
Excellent.
Now we're good. We're good. What are we talking about here? We're talking about Blizzard. Former Blizzard boss. I don't even know his name. Former Blizzard boss suggesting that people should be tipping. Should let players tip and give $10 to $20 to devs. I found this very humorous as much as other people did, I'm sure. It's called buying the game if people like the game.
Yeah.
Right? And they will buy the game and continue to buy the game.
Yeah, that's your tip.
Yeah. Your tip is we purchase the game, we support the game.
Your tip is when we buy the DLC afterwards.
Especially, yeah, if you have
Didn't we just talk about this shit?
Yes. It was funny that they it was funny that this kind of blew up as a news story after we already had talked about it, because it would definitely been part of it. But it's just like, man, like, you notice that it's always like the bosses or former bosses saying some stupid, out-of-pocket, greedy shit like this. Where it's just like, you could just pay the devs more. You know?
It's out of touch. Money has just blinded some of these people and are completely out of touch with the actual real world. You don't realize that us buying your shit is us recognizing that you did a good job, right? More people buying your shit. More people buying your DLC and your fucking season passes and this bullshit that y'all put out. Is us giving you tips. Like, come on, man. I don't think that's a difficult concept to understand.
And you know what's funny is that say for argument's sake, let's just say, let's throw our hypotheticals out there. Let's say okay, we're tipping developers now. Who does that tip go to, I wonder?
That's really, that's a good point to make. And also, you know what's funny about that? You know how we always say this shit. Anybody that's a fan of something, we've all said this at least once, right? I know I've said it a few times where I was like, you know what? I love this game so much, I'm gonna buy 2 copies. I'm gonna buy that shit on PS5, I'm gonna buy that shit on PC, Xbox, Switch, whatever. Just because I like the game and I want to support the devs. That's your tip, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna buy the game twice. If I like the game that much, I'm gonna buy the game twice. I'm gonna buy the DLC. I'm gonna give y'all whatever. I'm gonna buy all the cosmetics, whatever the fuck y'all put out. That's not a tip. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think
y'all know how we get like a bunch of everyone was complaining about the Dragon's Dogma DLC, which you can get in game, all that shit, right? If I bought all that shit, there's your tip, right? Because I could have easily just did it in game, but I decided to buy it. There you go. There's your tip, motherfuckers. Are you kidding me?
Well, okay,
who
and
says
then even
that? Like,
I don't know, man. Someone's completely out of touch. And also, it's like, the other thing is, if you want a tip or whatever on that level, then that's what merchandising is for. Merchandising on the games, where like, oh my god, I love the game. I want to buy other things that
anything
the game,
extra
like
outside of the game.
Exactly. All of that I constitute as a tip. But who does that money go to? Not the devs.
You know, it's going to the publishers.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to the devs. So what the fuck?
So what's the point?
And then on the other side, right? Like, having the option to do it is whatever, right? I might not do it. We might not do it. But I guess having the option couldn't hurt. I don't know. No, it could. Because that'll set a precedent for other shit, right? And then every game starts doing it. And then they start basing, like, they'll start having, like, metrics. Oh, man, we put out a great game, but we didn't get enough tips, so the game was a flop or some bullshit. You know, there's gonna be some type of bullshit to come out of that.
No DLC allowed.
Yeah, no tips, no DLC. Yeah. Like, that sounds like something the game industry would do. So let's not go there. Let's nip that shit in the bud like we nipped the NFTs in the bud. Get that shit out of here. Like, we don't want that.
Yeah.
This definitely speaks to the fucking meme. Sorry, of all the cashier did was turn the card reader around and look they're looking at me when I put no tip, like in like Subway and all those other places now that are accepting tips for people. Just I think Subway's a little.
If I'm feeling good on a day, maybe. But the thing is, right?
Yeah.
I will only tip people that are providing me an actual service. That might sound fucked up, but that's just how it is. If you go to a restaurant, that person is waiting on you, right? If that person, I feel like at a restaurant, people deserve tips, right? You don't have to do it, but I feel like those are the people that deserve it. Not a motherfucker that's gonna sit there, not the person that's doing their job. The person that goes out of their way to do their job correctly and efficiently or whatever,
and attentive or whatever.
Exactly.
Because I don't know, I'm part of the divided on this. Obviously, I always tip, but like I'm always salty about tipping sometimes because there's certain people who are just like either ignore me the entire time or like like just bad service, and so I'm like, I want a tip to be nice, but at the same time, like I really feel like you should.
I'm gonna give people a tip because especially at at a restaurant, because somebody could be having a bad day, and you leave a tip and it makes
you're right. You're right.
That's the kind of shit that I'd be thinking about. So
yeah. But the thing is, that tip goes to them, right?
Yeah,
Whereas
exactly.
in this situation, it's just like, is this tip even going to the developers, or is this another fucking pyramid scheme for?
Yeah, we're just stuffing money in more fucking publishers' pockets.
Right.
Yep. The publishers that are already trying to fucking G us out of money. So, nah, y'all can keep that.
Yeah.
Keep that shit. Speaking of which, it's funny on that same topic. It's really funny, right? That we spoke about that Star Wars game last week, and we didn't know whether or not that some of that shit was going to be hidden behind paywalls or the season pass or whatever, some of the missions. And then it came out that the Jabba the Hutt shit was like locked behind fucking a paywall or some shit like that. And then Ubisoft apparently came out super fast. It was like, no, that's not true. There will be some Jabba the Hutt content in the game that you don't have to pay for. So that means that there actually is a paywall that they're hiding some of this shit behind, and it's in the game and you can see it in the game. So the shit that I said last week actually aged poorly because Ubisoft self-snitched on themselves. Like, y'all see how I be trying to look at it from the objective point of view, from the smart way.
From the business point of view, right?
And then we did preface it by saying it's Ubisoft, right? They would do some shit like that. And there's Ubisoft doing Ubisoft shit, right? Like, crazy, but man. You could never give any dead the benefit of the doubt, ever.
Yeah, but when you say shit like that, when you say shit like that, and then it's just like, oh man, Ubisoft is a bunch of full of shit. I was not surprised.
That's so crazy. Like, I saw that and I was like, well, that last week shit aged poorly. Like, that's wild. Yeah.
Well, we did say it is Ubisoft, so it's not like we weren't like outside of the realm of possibility, which we ended up being
believe it, dude.
The case. But it's Ubisoft. Of course they're gonna try. They gotta try, right? You wouldn't respect them if they didn't try to do some bullshit. Yeah. And honestly, like as a Star Wars fan, it's just like we can't win, bro. So I've given up.
That game better be good.
I'd rather them
it looks alright. It looks alright, but
so far, I mean, I don't know. I'm getting bad vibes on it, but
I get bad vibes from every Ubisoft game. I had bad vibes on Avatar, and it was decent, right? Apparently, so.
But with it being from Ubisoft, it's also like I'd rather the bullshit be around the transactions, like the pricing and the pre-order bonus, than it being another bait and switch. Here's how the game looks in trailers, and then when it actually drops, it's trash, which it could still very well be, but hopefully,
I mean,
all the bullshit's in. Like,
we're never gonna. Gaming is never gonna beat the fraudulent trailer allegations. Like every game is gonna have a cool looking trailer.
They're never living that down. Well, that's why the birth came in. All right, so where is the gameplay at, right? Because that's where all that shit started coming from. Because before, we used to be okay with watching a sick ass movie trailer, and then
remember when we first saw Stellar Blade and we were like, this shit looks too good to be true. Remember when we first saw Black Myth Wukong? We were like, yeah, this shit looks too good to be true. Like, and then we found out that those are the actual games. Crazy, right? So we need more games like that. And Ubisoft doesn't have a good track record, bro. It's always, what is it? The Ubisoft downgrade. Every time they announce a game, we gotta expect the Ubisoft downgrade when it comes out. Every single time.
And it's depressing, right? Because I feel like the devs who are working as Ubisoft are probably decent people or whatever, but you always know they got that boss who just like they gotta deal with them. They can't ignore them. Yeah, it's the same drama over and over again. But
Cyberpunk says hello. Or
yep.
You know, those devs weren't happy with the way that shit turned out, so sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, going back to the typical thing, it's just complete. Like, I don't trust it at all. Like, it's like if I don't know where the money's going. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, even bringing up, like, I don't even like to donate to charities, right? Because you know, if you do a bunch of research on shit, it depends. But like, definitely do your meticulous. You have to be very. You have to like interview them like you're doing the job interview for charities, bro. Because like. Well, first of all, like any of the money you get, only a certain percentage of the money is going to the actual cause, right? And then, you know, there's a whole bunch of other shitty shit that you gotta look through. So long story short, that's why I'm like, that's a charity. Like the only charity I would trust is the one I'm actually doing because and then
you know where it's just going.
Yeah. And honestly, it'd be like a super open policy. Like it wouldn't be a company hiding anything. I was like, here's all the shit out front. Here's all the shit we made. It's going here. Wait a minute. Here's the proof. And that's
Hold on a second. Wait, how many times are we gonna try this shit, bro? We had like Kickstarter, we had like we had all these shits. We got like Steam early access. We got all these ways where devs could get their money, right? Get extra money out of people or whatever the fuck. What, bro? Come on, man.
Greed, like, bro. It's greed,
especially in this era right now where it's very obviously games are expensive, right? But we're starting to see games that are like not $70 end up being the good games, the better games, right? Like, why would I spend $70 on this game when I can buy Helldivers 2 or whatever the fuck else, right? Or whatever early access game is on Steam at the time that's like half the price of a fucking AAA game, right? So we're in an era where the value of a lot of these games is not really showing. So how about y'all start making games that are worth this $70 asking price before you start talking about tips? Get the fuck out of here, man.
And even talking about raising the prices of games in general.
Yeah, like come on, man.
Like the only game I can feel like that has the balls to do it, and like we're like, okay, GTA. Other than that, like if you're any other game, any other series, you should be very wary about like, our game's gonna cost fucking $120. I'm like.
Because think about it, right? Think about how much money they have to put into making GTA, right? So it would make sense. It makes sense for them to charge, you know, a little more money for that shit. But when it comes to GTA has not even GTA, just Rockstar like Red Dead and Midnight Club, rest in peace, GTA, right? Max Payne back in the day, right? We never questioned the value of the game because it was there. We saw it. You know what I mean? Like they never really said they never really put out a game where we questioned was this game worth $70 or $60? Because it always is. It usually is.
Yeah.
So
it's usually a nice game, beginning, middle, end that you finish, and it has gameplay and you enjoy it, and
it has multiplayer for the recent games, right? So your time with the game is, you know, subjective. But I don't know, dude. Who said that? What? It was Blizzard? Of all people?
A former Blizzard boss.
Oh, I'm about to... That's crazy.
There's also got to be a bunch of greed around it because it's like I believe the law is if the tips make up a majority of your pay, then you're allowed to pay them lower than minimum wage, right? So that's the thing with tipping in general. That's probably like I've been in the service industry. I've worked in the service industry before, so I always tip, even if I'm not like super happy with the service. That'll just determine like whether I give the bare minimum tip or give a little extra because shit is hard out there. Like people working and busting their ass.
Because we buy games for a flat amount of money.
Yes,
$70. It's not like you go to a restaurant and you only order a piece of bread and the tip is more than the piece of bread that you ordered, right? It's $70. So I feel like most people are going to say, well, I already spent $70 for the game. Or I already spent $100 for the game plus the deluxe edition or whatever. Why would I pay for a tip? That shit ain't going to fly in the gaming space. It wouldn't. There are a lot of things that you can pull over that you can get away with in the gaming space, because gamers are a little special, but I don't think that would work.
A little special.
Because the majority, I hate to say it, but it's true. The majority of gamers are broke because the majority of gamers are kids, right? They're from like what? There's probably some numbers to show. I'm probably wrong, but I would assume that the majority of gamers are like kids, teenagers, and like probably under 35, right? Or under 30, right? So I feel like that's kind of ridiculous to assume that most of those people are not like in college and like broke as shit. You know what I mean? That shit ain't gonna fly. That shit's not gonna fly, bro. Get that shit out of here, bro. Some things don't belong in the gaming space. You could sell me. You'd have an easier time selling me on NFTs than you would selling me on tipping.
Yes,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Absolutely, and
that says a lot because I thought NFTs were fucking bogus.
Yeah, no, they are, but
yeah.
So,
but yeah, no tipping. Because the thing is, it's just like, how do you interpret a service? Because what if, because you're providing the same service with the game. It's not like people get different types of services.
Exactly. That's why I said it's a flat fee. It's a flat fee, $70 game. You get the game, and that's it. Like, the only subjective thing is whether you enjoyed the game or not, right? Everyone is paying the same price for the game.
now the game came alive, and then maybe it walked me to school every day.
Yeah, it pulled me through the TV. I was in that shit. Yeah, you're like, nah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, yo, can I get some money, bro? I've been putting work out here. I'd be like, all right, man.
Yeah, hey, how about y'all tip me? The fuck? Get the hell out of here, bro. Yeah. Tip me for spending $70 to play your fucking shit game if it is shit.
$70.
They should tip me. The fuck?
I mean, nowadays they don't even fucking have game testers. They just release the game.
Yeah, QA is. Sheesh. Yeah, exactly. We are.
Where's my tip?
Right? Where's our tip for testing your bogus ass game? Fuck out of here, your buggy ass launch games.
Yeah. But in any case, it's super bogus. I don't think it should be a thing. If you hear people talking about it, just bully them and dissuade them into not.
Wait a minute. There's a Zendaya skin in Fortnite. Why is there Fortnite on the screen? All right, sorry for the listeners, but why is there?
It's microtransactions video in the background.
I didn't know there was a Zendaya skin in fucking Fortnite.
It's only $70, but remember you have to give Zendaya a tip too. Also,
Listen, I got a tip for.
That's a tip. Listen, I'll give Zendaya a tip.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Whatever.
That being said, it's just too much of a slippery slope, and like, how do you enforce that? Like, how do you do it and make sure that people know where their money's going? You know what I mean? Like, I think it's just like as Despair said, gamers are broke. This is the reason why this medium is still like probably it sells as much now, or is starting to approach the big AAA title stuff like Hollywood. And but it's still nowhere near, right? Like, it's still like
hobby, bro.
Those are like the super rare examples of top AAA, right? Making that much, like a GTA, right? It takes the world by storm. It basically goes viral on every release. So
yeah, why do you think most kids are playing Fortnite and Warzone and shit like that? The free stuff,
free to play.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if that's the case, if you're looking to pay devs on support, then if you're Blizzard, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Just pay your dev.
If you're Blizzard, you make better games. How about that?
If you're Blizzard, make better games and pay your developers. But if you're like a smaller studio,
stop trying to milk people in Diablo. Stop trying to milk people in Overwatch.
Kickstarter, right? Like, that's probably a safer way of doing it, where people can directly support your project. You know.
And here's the problem with that: with Patreon, with whatever other fundraising thing, you're supposed to already budget your team's needs.
There's people who are absolutely who don't know how to budget, or
and there's some people in there. I feel like they raise a whole lot of money. Like, I don't even know what the hell is going on with that Star Citizen game. Like,
I don't even. I know
they got.
Listen, that game is still going, and people are putting tens of thousands of dollars into their accounts,
millions of dollars.
But people who play it or part of it, they're loving it. That's their thing, right? Like, that's. I think that's like bad example because it's like, man, the people who are playing that shit love it. More power to them. I think the one of the best examples you could probably give is The Day Before, where it's just an absolute scam from start to end. You know what I mean?
Holy shit, I forgot about that. And you know what's really funny about that game? You know how many of my boys was like, yo, man, do you see this shit? This shit look fire, man. We gotta play this. I was like, bro, this game don't even look real. I was like, what the fuck are you on?
It wasn't real.
Yeah, I was like, what are you on? This shit don't even look real. I highly doubt this is how the game is gonna come out. Lo and behold, a year later, I'm like, man, y'all just be getting fooled. Y'all just idiots, man. Like,
people have,
and then they did that shit. They fell off the face of the earth. They fell off the face of the earth, bro. Like, they're gone. That's crazy. Took your money, it was out.
Game delisted, gone.
Yeah, that's insane.
Bye. Steam accounts selling.
Yeah, that's insane.
People selling the Steam accounts of the game, trying to get their money back.
That's actually ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just it's too much of a slippery slope, and I don't know. I think it's just one of those outlandish things that people try and say just to see if it gains any traction, right? I don't think.
I don't know why we'd add tips to games, because the only game that's gonna get tips is like GTA and like a Souls game. Because you know, all the games with the diehard fan bases are gonna get the most fucking shit.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't even tip GTA, because if I would use that money to tip them, I would use them to buy more money, fucking microtransactions in the game.
Well, yeah, that is the like I said, yeah, that is the tip. Is buying the extra shit in the game. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and that's one way of collecting money, and it's just making sure that your budget and that money goes to your devs, right?
But obviously it's not.
Obviously, of course, there was a Blizzard dev that said that shit, dude. Of course.
Yeah, of course. Fucking idiot.
Big
Anyways,
companies and publishers talking about tipping. Meanwhile, small publishers, part of the indie dev. Nintendo's Indie World Showcase today or yesterday.
I didn't even fucking see it. Damn it.
Yeah, I mean, it was alright. I really like that. There's a new cat game coming out. That's cool.
Yeah, cat games.
for Switch. Yeah, that cat game looked cool.
I'll watch it.
I was hating because I don't know, like, well, you guys know this, but I love Strays. I wanted to play a game where I'm a cat and I do cat.
Yeah, Stray was godlike. Stray was fire.
It's Stray. So think of that game, but like just more cat shit.
Apparently they're making another one. So
Stray won Indie Game of the Year, right? That year, did it?
Did it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Wasn't that shit stacked too?
That
wasn't
was
straight
stacked.
up
That
there
was
with
also
like
stacked with Neon White.
Yeah, that's yeah. That shit crazy. That was a crazy year.
Yeah, there was a cat game. I think the one's notable note, there was kind of like a Hades type Ninja Turtles game that got announced.
Oh yeah, I saw that on Twitter. Yeah.
But I was kind of like, well, first of all, I was like, Ninja Turtles an indie developer? What? And then and other than that, it was just like, it just gave me that Hades clone feel. That's multiplayer that you play with your friend, and it's a road game. So like, you either love those games or you don't, right? And you know.
It's a shame that we're gonna start calling roguelikes Hades clones now. That's wild.
Yeah, best independent game, Stray. Sorry.
Yeah.
And Neon White was also a nominee. That was crazy. Sifu was on there too. Jesus Christ, that was stacked.
That shit was crazy. So good, dude.
That was the year where all the fucking lower priced games were just phenomenal.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, real quick, Sifu sold 5 million copies recently. That's crazy. For that game.
Yeah, give those motherfuckers a tip, not fucking Blizzard.
Bro, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I could use another Kung Fu game, bro. Make Kung Fu games.
Make Kung Fu games. Make Kung Fu games where you can mod in the Matrix and Batman and all kinds of shit. That was
thank you for reminding me. I'm gonna go download Jet Li, Rise to Honor.
Make more of those games. Make more unique games, right? Like cat games or unique games. Indie games, that's the thing I like about indie games. You know, I used to be one of those mainstream gamers back in the day where I didn't care about it. I was like, every time I would hear indie, I would just be like I would like suck my teeth and just be like,
crazy.
Yeah. But that was way like that was a long time ago.
You also didn't own an Xbox 360,
yep,
so you
exactly.
weren't like
Xbox Live Arcade was not the thing for me.
Yeah,
they didn't get me yet. I'll tell you what did get me into the indie scene. It wasn't that much longer after that. Pixel Junk. Pixel Junk Monsters, Pixel Junk, what was it? God, there's so many Pixel Junk games that got me into like indie games. Those games and the PS Live, the PSN games that they drop for like $15, $5 every now and then. I
What
would
did
pick
we
up
have?
a bunch of games. That's when I started
Bro,
getting
we
into
had
indie
we
games.
had Aegis Wing. We had we had Explosion Man and Miss Explosion Man. Yeah, that shit was fire. We had like, bro, those weren't even, because back then it's weird. They didn't even call them indie games. It wasn't.
they were
That wasn't
Xbox
like the
Live arcade
label.
games.
Yeah, there wasn't like a label yet. I guess we had like Costume Quest. There was a lot of shit that was cool on the Xbox Live Arcade. That was a smart way of kind of getting people into like smaller shit that was dope.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like Earthworm Jim games. Those shits were fire. We had that. We had a little Battlefield game too. I forgot what the fuck was it. It was Battlefield 19 something. I don't know what the fuck it was, or 18. I don't remember. You probably know. I don't know.
1942.
Was that it? I think so. Battlefield 1943. That's what it was.
43.
That's what it was. The Xbox Live. I think it was on Xbox Live Arcade. I think it was on PS3 too, though. Anyway, regardless, the point is, a lot of those games, man, especially now,
Yeah.
I feel like those are the fucking AAA shits. Like,
I feel like I'm looking forward
obviously
to
without the
more,
budget,
right?
yeah. But like, damn.
So they talked about, so the cat game I was talking about was called Little Kitty Big City.
Yeah, I see it.
So yeah, that's cool. And then another cool game was like Atari's making a game with Way Forward that's called Yars Rising, and it's just like a side-scroller cyberpunky type game. But the art style is pretty cool, like interesting. Like I could see people being into it. It definitely, that one kind of caught my attention. But there was some other ones that I just couldn't understand. There was like something was like the personality test game, and I'm just like, oh, you
That
could
sounds
just
like a
do
fun
bunch,
stream game.
but like yeah, because I couldn't see like I guess I just had a one player mind on it. I was like, yeah, but what do you do? Like, well, what's the point of? I couldn't understand it. I couldn't. So it wouldn't be for me personally, but like for people who like doing shit for the reason of doing shit, there's that game. Sticky Business is another game, but it just looks like you just make a bunch of art for customers and stuff, and I mean that's like a cool artsy kid game. And then there was a game that kind of like when I saw it, I was just like, this game looks exactly like Pizza Tower. It must be made by the same guys. So it's another kind of like, I think it's called, was it Anton Blast or something like that?
Anton Blast.
Yeah. So, but it has that same kind of style as like Pizza Tower. So that, I mean, that could be interesting. And then obviously the Ninja Turtles game. And then there was a game that kind of played like Zelda. I think, what's it called? Valley Peaks.
The fuck?
Yeah. Wait, was it?
I
Valley
gotta
Peaks?
play like Zelda. Hold on a second.
No. Wait. No, wrong title. Wait, is it? Is this?
It's
it?
Valley
Hold on.
Peaks, yes. Valley Peaks
Okay,
looks like a. Yeah.
Is it? I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on that. Hold on. Oh, no. It's Europa. Europa is the Zelda looking one. My bad. That it's kind of like a 3D action platformer, but like it's very Zelda. Like when I saw that game, I was like, oh, it's very
I've
Zelda.
seen
But
this
the fact that it's kind of like Switch only, my mind goes, man, that frame rate. It's
This
good.
looks cool.
It does look cool. Art style wise, it looks cool. But that's all I was thinking about that. And obviously TMNT talked about it. And then there was like a Cat Quest 3. Which I didn't have too much to say about it. It's like a casual RPG. You're a cat, you do turn-based shit. But yeah, but all these games have a lot of different flavors to them, so I'm sure if one of these games will catch your interest. But it wasn't anything super mind-blowing. It was like, oh, we gotta talk about this.
It's cool that they did that. They're still doing it though, because we know the Switch is almost on its way out. So it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely.
I also think it's cool that they do this because there's so much potential shovelware on the Switch. Where you go into that like eShop and there's so many of those games where the tech was dropping the price to like $1 so that it shows up at the top of the sales in the eShop, and it's just like literally like you have like games like that King Kong game that was also trash, the Walking Dead game that were like
excellent,
selling a ton, plus the day, what was it, not the day before that, the one that was ripping off of The Last of Us.
Oh my god, I don't remember, but sheesh.
Yeah, you have all those games, the shovelware. of those games that just people end up buying them because they end up at the top of like the eShop. So when they do something like this that's actually being like promoted by Nintendo Direct, it gives people, gamers, kind of like something to look out to, so they don't get fooled by that if they're not in the know, you know.
Fucking scheming motherfuckers out here.
Bro, there's so many scams on the eShop. It's outrageous.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh man, but speaking of scams or scamming, it's a very loose segue, but heading over to the world of Mafia, where Take-Two was announcing or they're prepping an announcement for the Mafia series. Did you guys hear about this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's not too much to go on, really. I mean, what are they going to announce? A new game or something? Like, I mean, cool. Those games are great. Mafia 3 was kind of meh to me, but Mafia 2 was like that game was fire.
I played one remake.
Yeah, 2 was fire. But I mean, there's not really much to say. They're probably just gonna announce a new game, call today. Hopefully, like, because those games are dope. But it's like, how you gonna announce that shit now? What, you want to compete with GTA next year? Like, you better hold on a second. Like,
hold on.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's a bunch of Mafia fans out here, but like, I don't think you want to compete with GTA on that front, on that open world, like, you know.
But yeah, I'm sure they wouldn't. That's why it's just like they didn't do it.
Yeah, this is a very risky chess move. Like, I would wait.
Announcement of an announcement, right? It's one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as GTA got announced, I would have said, all right, let's push this back till next year. Let's announce it when GTA is, you know. Actually, no, I don't know, man. Maybe they either got to put it out way before or way after.
Or before or way after. It depends how far along they are. Like, if they're still like 3-4 years out, then okay, cool. But you don't have to. They gotta get their
money, so.
Yeah. And why would they announce? Rockstar and them are usually don't announce games until like they're ready to announce it. So.
Wait a minute.
I think
does it? Aren't they under the? Who makes Mafia? I thought that was like 2K. Hold up.
Yeah, Take-Two Interactive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what the fuck? Never mind. What the fuck? Why would they even? That's an interesting thing for. It's under the same umbrella, right? So why the fuck? That's weird. That's odd.
Maybe one hand isn't talking to the other hand. I mean, it happens.
Maybe it's not a game. Okay, it's probably a game. But I wonder what it would be.
Oh, it's
we need a Mafia style MMO. That's what we need. So I can start robbing motherfuckers. Like, the raid is us fucking robbing a bank, and the fucking boss is the motherfucking. I don't know. Like,
it's not robbing, bro. It's just making your rounds to collect, and they give you money.
For real. I need motherfuckers to pay protection. Like, I just want to be a fucking Like, just give me a Mafia MMO.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Yo, imagine you do a bunch of work and you become the boss of like the block or some shit.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're the Don, bro.
I'm the guild leader. I'm the leader of this fucking. You
gotta knight other people. Blah blah blah. It's just hard to
somebody
implement.
Beats your ass and you just get it's over. Like
that kind of reminds me of those like those mobile ad games where it's like Mafia boss level 1 and then level 100. You end up being like this big boss that breaks out of jail, right? Oh man, I never played the first 2 Mafia games. I have them.
Played 2
because I bought the definitive one when it came out. So I heard the definitive one for 1 is really good too. I played 3.
Yeah.
I played 3 because of all the hype behind all the 2 games.
Played 3 for insane.
I didn't hate 3, but it was just kind of like I understood. I was just like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty sure. Like the game is okay, but I think for Mafia standards, it's kind of like it was alright.
You definitely want to start at the peak, which was 2.
Yeah. The 1 definitive edition, I did beat that one. I had a good time with it. I don't have a good time. The only thing is deactivate the 2K launcher and find a way to launch the game without it because it taxes your resources. That'd be the only thing. But other than that, game runs fine. But yeah, it was good. It was good. I didn't play 2 yet because other games came out. But yeah, I always hear 2 is like the one to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got Mafia. It's just, I just hope, like, I see all these game announcements coming out, and you just hope it's something good. Cause Mafia 2, Mafia, like they had something with Mafia 1. Like a lot of, I think the definitive edition sold well, right? Like,
yeah, I think so. I don't think any of the games ever sold bad.
Yeah.
It's just obviously, in that space, people always be like, yeah, it's not GTA, but nothing's gonna be GTA.
No, of course not.
At least not yet.
I think Mafia fits such a different line, especially because it's like also like a timepiece, right? Like these games.
Yeah, it's like Saints Row.
Right.
It has its own like audience, but even Saints Row kind of decided, oh, we want to make fucking.
They fell into the trap.
Whatever.
Well,
yeah.
Saints Row's dead.
Exactly, because they fell into the trap.
Yeah.
It was literally dead. I don't even know who owns it anymore. That's how dead they are.
Shame. 4 good games, and then you just fucking make some bullshit, and then whatever.
Sounds so depressing, bro.
Oh, yeah, because Saints Row was fire, bro. I remember playing Saints Row 2 in college. I came home every day to play Saints Row 2 with my boy. Like, we would just fucking troll on that shit all night. And then 3, same shit. Play that shit with the same dude. One of my homies from freaking high school, bro. It was so troll. Like, those games were it was just funny. It was like how GTA was before GTA 4. Like, how silly it was, how you didn't take any of that shit serious. GTA started going off into the, I started making hella money. So I started taking itself a little bit more seriously, right? But Saints Row was like, nah, we got you. They just doubled down on the stupidity, and that's what made it dope. And then I don't know what happened with the most recent one, man. They tried. They wanted to make that shit. I guess because there wasn't a new GTA, right? So they were like, yeah, let's try this shit. I don't know. Whatever. I'm good. I'm sad, but I'll be all right. I'm a miss Saints Row, but I'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, 'cause I don't even think it's ever coming back.
I don't think it should.
I don't think it should.
Okay, let me not say I don't think it should. It doesn't have to.
Mm.
That's not a game I'm going to be like, man, fuck, I wish we got another Saints Row. I was done after 3, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's just gonna really depend on. I mean, like, someone had to buy out like the license, right? Like, to be able
but
to make
it kind of shows you how there's not much you can really do in that kind of genre. I don't want to say not the open world genre, but the open world like, it's like an open world like IRL sim, right? Basically, like, what would you call GTA? That style of game.
Sandbox?
Yeah, but you can make a sandbox of different genres. Like, you can make like Hulk Ultimate Destruction is a sandbox game, right?
Yeah.
Mercenaries was
Infamous.
a sandbox game. Infamous, kinda, yeah. Like, I mean, like GTA, like the satire, kinda, the open world with fucking real life shit. Like GTA, Saints Row, Mafia. There's another game, but I'm blanking on.
Action. I mean,
I don't. But y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean.
Yeah.
There's open world, then there's that type where you rob you get your cars, you jack people, you do all that shit, whatever. But there's not how much more can you do in that lane outside of what GTA is already doing, right? There's not much you can really do to like differentiate yourself. So that's hard, man.
And I think that's why Saints Row went so much in the fucking other direction.
Exactly.
Right? Because,
yeah. Like, what do you do?
Because they started doing some Matrix-y stuff and then superhero stuff, and
which was cool as fuck. But hey, there's not much more. Like, what else could you do besides just maybe double down on that stuff, which I would have done personally. But publishers, they gotta ruin everything.
Right.
Yeah, just not doing well, and
I'd be excited for a new Mafia.
well. Yeah. New Mafia, hopefully. Yeah, let's see what they announce. Maybe it'll be a Mafia 4. Maybe it'll be a I doubt it'll be a Mafia MMO. But if we call it, we call it.
All right, it better be a Mafia 4 or like another remake for 2.
That'd be Mafia 2 remake would be dope as fuck.
Like a true
remake, like the
first
it needs
one.
it.
Yeah.
It definitely needs it.
Because I think that would be a for sure sell. People
yeah, absolutely.
Could potentially be the announcement too, I guess.
I love that shit though. I love like the Mafia type, the fucking, Godfather, fucking Scarface type shit. Like I love that shit, bro. Like, so I would absolutely play it.
Did you guys ever play the Scarface game? That was
I did. I love that shit. That shit was actually godlike.
And the whole game is based on a what if. It's like,
bro,
what if Tony Soprano survived the end?
Yeah, I played that shit on PS2.
What's his face?
Tony Montana.
Tony Montana.
Tony Soprano.
Survived the end. Sorry. I got my shit confused.
Yeah, that's gotta be racist. That's gotta be.
I never played that game, but I did see clips of it. I thought it was hilarious.
Yo, the best part of that game was it had the music, bro.
Yeah.
It had the music, and I love the Scarface soundtrack.
Man.
That shit was fire. Because I had just gotten off GTA, I think GTA 3 at the time. No, it was GTA 3 or Vice City. But GTA 3 had all
Vice City. It was around Vice City.
But GTA 3 had all the Scarface music in it, which was fire. Oh man, Scarface was so good, man. That's my second favorite movie of all time. But anyways,
hopefully it is not a flop. Going into the discussion of flops, we got Koei Techmo announcing that they are unsatisfied with their financial forecast. Everyone's unsatisfied, right? Like, what is? I think that's the whole trend,
I have a theory for this, and I think it has to do because they're comparing their sales to how much they sold during the COVID era. Because the thing is, like during the COVID era, people didn't have anywhere the fuck to go. So game sales were going up, streaming people were streaming more people were watching streams. Like all of those were kind of like going into effect at the same time. So it was kind of like a mini boom in these industries, and where you would get higher sales than you normally would. And then if you're trying to compare sales of that time to like AKA normal time, like it's just not the same because people are working more, people have more responsibilities, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of these game companies are kind of comparing these last couple of years, and they really got to realize that's like a moment in time, and that's not really accurate to like like if you want to compare shit, you should compare shit before COVID to like now. Not like during the COVID period. I think that's like a major thing that a lot of game companies are doing.
I'm gonna give Koei Techmo the benefit of the doubt and assume that they're talking about just their past few series of games that have come out. Because if you think about it this way, a lot of their games that have come out over the past maybe 5 to 10 years have been they're the biggest ones. I'm sure there's more, but the biggest ones that I know about are the not license, but the games that they get hired to make by other devs, like the Hyrule Warriors, the Dragon
3.
Quest, fucking the Fate games that I think they made a recent like Fate Samurai or whatever it's called. Those Atelier games, those RPGs, those craft RPGs that they make, the Dynasty Warriors and Warriors Hiroshi games, all those games, and their own games outside of Neo, right? And Neo 2, have they ever been big sellers like that? Their most recent games have been what? Wolong, right? And what's the game that just came out? What's the one that just came out?
Rise of the Ronin.
Yeah, that game. So.
And I heard that game is not selling terribly. I heard the
game is good. It's just it came out the same day as Dragon's Dogma 2. Hello?
Which is they're having the same complex as what's that developer?
Guerrilla?
Yes, Guerrilla.
Yeah, the Horizon devs. Yeah.
Yes. Exactly, because they keep dropping the fucking. Well, it's true because they keep dropping the fucking game during a big thing, thinking they're the shit, and then they get all salty when no one buys the game. It's like,
yeah,
come on, girl, like move out of the way. You failed the first one. Why would the sequel do? I don't know.
That game also got a lot of bad word of mouth too.
Did it?
What? Which game?
Rise of the Ronin. Got a lot of bad word of mouth. Yeah, from saying calling it a PS2 game or PS3 game on.
Because
everyone says it about every game though.
Because I actually saw the game and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pick that up because it actually looks like a game.
Yeah, I saw how the motherfuckers playing it and talking about how good it is. Obviously, you have the fucking stupid Twitter naysayers, but I don't use Twitter as my gauge for what people are saying. Like, I have a lot of friends that are like casual and shit like that aren't like super into things as we are. And if I hear them talking about it, then I know the game's probably fine. And they were hyping that shit up, so I'm sure that shit's fine. Wo Long, on the other hand, I don't know how well that game did.
I didn't even hear about that game. Like, I didn't hear crap about it.
Yeah, I don't know how well it did. I know Neo 1 and Neo 2 did really well, but you also have to consider Neo 1 and Neo 2 are basically Souls games, right? And Souls games in an era before Elden Ring where everybody was, I mean, obviously Elden Ring makes people more hungry for the Souls type games, but in that period from Dark Souls 3 to, actually no, that period from Sekiro to now, people was hungry, right? So when Neo 1 and Neo 2 came out, everybody was on those shits because that's that type of game, right? That type of game will sell. They're kind of trying to differentiate themselves with like Wo Long and Rise of the Ronin. But if you think about Rise of the Ronin, right? What's the first comparison you're gonna make? Ghost of Tsushima, right? So
yep.
It's like that's hard. Like I don't know. But I don't know. Koei Techmo has never really struck me as super selling games super
small.
high. Like
they were always yeah.
They're not small, but like they have their very dedicated
audience
fan base, right? Like Dynasty Warriors has been around forever. People still buy those games.
Dead or Alive.
Yeah, but Dead or Alive didn't really.
Dead.
Yeah, Dead or Alive never really fucking did much for them. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, man. It's odd to hear a company like Koei Techmo saying they're unsatisfied when I feel like they had a second chance at life when Neo dropped. Yeah. When Neo dropped and when Nintendo was getting them to make Hyrule Warriors and fucking what the fuck was the one? The one for Zelda, the one for Breath of the Wild, the one that came out after Breath of the Wild. The fucking that shit. Like that? The Dragon Quest one, the Fire Emblem Warriors, like I thought they had a second chance at life making all these games. Like, because remember, when Dead or Alive died, let me not say died, but when Dead or Alive kind of, fell out of the public eye, when Ninja Gaiden fell out of the public eye, right? They weren't really doing much. Then Neo came out, and it was like, oh shit, this is Koei Tecmo's back.
Their new thing,
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And they killed it on that shit. Neo 1 and 2 are godlike. So we thought that, okay, this is the direction that they're going, and their games seem to be doing fine. Like that rubs me the wrong way when a company like that I feel personally should be happy with where they're. Obviously, no company that's not making the money that they think they should be making is going to be happy, right? But come on, man, you gotta get that fucking pride out of here, man. Y'all motherfuckers are not FromSoft. Sorry, like. I never considered Koei Techmo to be a AAA dev. That's what I mean to say.
No,
I never considered Koei Techmo to be a high-end AAA dev. That's it.
Nah, they've always been double
until
A.
Neo and Neo 2.
Yeah.
And even after that, I still don't consider them to be AAA devs because they're inconsistent with it. So
yeah, still,
I don't know.
What I mean,
the Atelier games do really well, like in Japan and shit like that, but they don't really do that well over here. I mean, yeah, the recent ones have done pretty decent over here. But it's still a niche game. So whatever, man. Here we go. That's the money, man. That's the money talking. And as usual, they're gonna end up like Square. Everything that they do is not gonna fucking satisfy them, and they're just gonna start making bullshit.
Aiming for bigger, better projects that just don't pan out, or maybe don't pan out in their eyes, because people still tend to like. I would consider Neo a success. Like.
It was. It absolutely was.
But I mean, I don't know what they're expecting for their financial forecast if that's the case.
That's what I'm questioning. Like, I don't understand. Where do you come up? Like, how do you? It's so straight. If you go look at Koei Techmo's catalog of games, you'll scroll down and you'll be like, oh, they're saying this? That's wild. Like, the fuck? Like, I'm looking at this shit, bro. A lot of their games, bro, the majority of their games are, like I said, they're the licensed shit that it's just the Warrior stuff. They made the Attack on Titan game. That was basically a Warriors game. They made the Berserk game. Basically a Warriors game. Captain Tsubasa. Bruh. Look at all these games, man. Fucking... Okay, obviously Dead or Alive, whatever. Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. Hey. Wow, they made Dissidia. They made that last Dissidia game, which flopped. Look at all these Dynasty Warriors games. Holy shit.
Yeah, Dynasty Warriors are kind of very... People don't get them every single one.
Yeah,
I don't know, bro. I have a friend that literally those games. Nah, the Dynasty. There's a reason why that series still exists. Like I said, that's the series that has like that dedicated fan base. They buy every game. One of my friends will always be like, "Yo, man, you get Dynasty Warriors 7, you get Dynasty Warriors 8, you get Dynasty Warriors 9." I'd be like, "No, no."
Bro.
Like, every year, every time they come out, he's always on that shit. And I'm like, damn, all right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, like if I get the itch to play those games, I'll have the funnest fun for like
I personally don't understand
and a half.
I played one
fun,
and that was enough for me.
Bro, because sometimes you just want to feel like you're a badass, just fucking bodying.
Yeah, but those
people
games are
left
so
and right.
repetitive, it's ridiculous.
They are. They're the greatest game to ever play for like an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yep. And then I could just take it back to fucking
and then after,
sorry, Dynasty Warriors fans, sorry.
The best rental games ever.
True. That's a game you bought from a homie and just be like, yeah, I got enough. Here you go.
What else you got?
Oh, they did Stranger Paradise. Oh, I forgot they did that. That game was good.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean, though. A lot of their recent games that a lot of people know them for have been the games that are from other companies or other other IPs that aren't their own. Which is kind of not the look you want to have.
Because developers hire them to make it. They're basically like a Platinum. They're basically like Platinum games. Basically.
Yeah, but at least those games, right, are kind of different. Like you always hire. Actually, no, you're right, because you always hire Platinum to make an action game for you, right? Just the same way you'll always hire Tecmo Koei if you want a Warrior style game or some like some mashup of all the whatever. So yeah, you're right. Like if I want to make an action game, I'm definitely gonna call up Platinum. For sure. But then you kind of shoehorn yourself into that role, and it's kind of hard to like solidify yourself as a fucking developer, right? Of your own shit, which is what Neo I thought did for them. So whatever. Just bring Ninja. Yo, fuck. I don't want to say fuck Neo because I think Neo is godlike. But just why couldn't they just make a Ninja? Why couldn't Neo just be Ninja Gaiden? They could have had Ryu Hayabusa doing that same shit the dude is doing in fucking Neo. Hello?
And people fuck with Ryu Hayabusa, by the way. People fuck
of course,
with
bro. Ninja Gaiden is ridiculous. Like, just bring that shit back. I don't know. That's wild to me.
I don't think they're confident. I don't know why.
Bruh, confident in what? Neo is literally Ninja Gaiden, just with a different structure. It's more like the Dark Souls structure, which, to be fair, Ninja Gaiden kind of was. Ninja Gaiden was a little bit more mashy, right?
I mean,
but
yeah.
Neo 2, look, you can replace the main character with Ryu Hayabusa, and I would think it's a Ninja Gaiden game. So whatever. It's just not as cheesy as Ninja Gaiden was, especially Ninja Gaiden 2. But it could pass as a Ninja Gaiden game. Neo 2 was ridiculous. Like I really enjoyed that game, way better than Neo 1. And at that point, I was a fan. Like, you know how there are certain games that'll make you look out for a dev whenever they do announce a new game? That's what that was for me. And so when they announced Wolong, I was like, okay, I'm gonna check that out. When they announced Rise of the Ronin, I was like, okay, I'm gonna check that out. We all said that though. When we saw Rise of the Ronin, when they first showed it, I don't know what showcase it was, but when they first showed it, we were like, oh shit, that looks crazy. It just looks like Neo, open world. That's what it looked like. But I don't know.
I mean, and it's still on my to-do list, by the way. I've just been fucking overwhelmed with so many games, and like I'm still like taking my time with.
We're still in that Call of Duty, dev's still in that Call of Duty mindset, bro. I don't know if you remember Call of Duty. I think it was Modern Warfare 2. It might have been Modern Warfare 2, right? That just after that game, it was Modern Warfare 2 and GTA 5, right? Where every single game that these devs try to make has to sell millions and millions and millions of copies, or it's considered a flop. If it's not doing Call of Duty numbers or GTA numbers, it's a flop. And I don't understand how you can be so unrealistic. Like, come on, not every game is going to be that. You can strive for it, sure. But if you think that that's going to be, like, your next game is going to be that, I feel like you're already in it for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
Like, that's like EA. You can tell EA tries to make games specifically to target, like, that's their target, is we got to make sure it sells millions and millions and millions. Like, that shouldn't be your target. The best games, I feel like, are the games that you just make. Like, you're passionate about it, not passionate about the money it's gonna make. But of course, that's in the back of your head, right? That's always in the back of your head. Oh, maybe it still needs to sell. But I don't know. A dev like Tecmo Koei shouldn't be saying things like that. But who am I? I'm just a consumer. But I don't. That's a little prideful. That's a little wild coming from them.
Yeah.
If I worked at Tecmo Koei, I wouldn't be fucking saying some shit like that. Like, man, I can't believe we didn't fucking meet this sales target. Like, nah, bro. Fuck out of here.
Keep doing your thing. Keep doing good games, and people will buy them. That's pretty much.
If I worked at Rockstar, then maybe I'd say some shit like that. Like, man, I can't believe these motherfuckers didn't buy my game. I would absolutely feel that way. But not Tecmo Koei. Come on, man. I love y'all, man. Don't become one of them. Don't become
one of them. If you build it, they will come, right? Like
right?
Call off Ninja Gaiden. Call off Ninja
exactly.
Good game.
Bring
back some old franchise favorites, man.
Like,
maybe
Tecmo Koei don't have the biggest stable, but they have a stable. You know what I mean? Like,
I think a new Ninja Gaiden game. Like,
could you imagine a modern Ninja Gaiden?
Modern Ninja Gaiden, like next gen graphics. Like,
could you imagine that?
Man.
Bro, listen. Stellar Blade could have easily been. What the fuck is going on? You know what's crazy to me? This is how I approach things and how I think about things, right? Because when I see Stellar Blade, I think about Platinum, I think about Capcom, right? And I think about Tecmo Koei, like the Ninja Gaiden, the Ninja Gaiden devs, Team Ninja. I think about them, and I'm like, I wonder if they see Stellar Blade and they're like, fuck, why didn't we just do that shit? Right? That's what I always think about. I'd be like, damn, if I was Tecmo Koei, I would be tight. I would be pissed. Because I'd be like, damn, this shit if you look at Stellar Blade, go look at Stellar Blade, look at the gameplay, look at that shit, and look at the trailers, and then go look at Ninja Gaiden 2 or 3, right? Look at Ninja Gaiden 2. And those games look very similar. Like, the way, like, just the cinematics, all that shit is very similar and over the top.
It's just another example of, they're gonna be like, fuck, why didn't we do this game? And then they're gonna do the game, and then 5 years down the line, people are just gonna be like, well, why didn't you do this 5 years ago?
Exactly. It's gonna be like DMC 5, right? Like when Bayonetta 1 and 2 came out, I was like, Capcom, what the fuck are y'all doing? Where's Devil May Cry? Right? And then fucking Bayonetta 2 comes out, gets all this fucking critical acclaim, all this shit, and then I'm like, where's DMC 5? Hello, Capcom, what are y'all doing? And then finally DMC 5 comes out, and it does exactly as well as I thought it would. So it made me think, why didn't y'all make this before? Hello? Were y'all scared? Obviously they were scared. These devs are scared, bro. They don't want to take risks. So,
but you kind of have to a little. Because the what's the developer behind Dragon's Dogma? So they like that man.
Yeah, that motherfucker, bro.
Right back in the
ball
closet,
and
bro.
chain. Like, that motherfucker is in a ball and chain.
Bro, dude. They were like, all right, you done with Dragon's Dogma? All right, and then when I'm
DMC 6, chop it up. Like,
we gave you Dragon's Dogma.
We let you yap. We let you do all your yapping for Dragon's Dogma 2. Now get back in the cell. Make us DMC 6. Oh man. And it's gonna be fire. That's the crazy part. It's like, oh man, come on, guys. I know people want new IPs and all that shit, but I guess it's because I'm getting old, right? When I was younger, like 10 years ago, I was like, I'm getting tired of playing the same old shit. I don't want to play no more fucking sequels, man. Why is always a fucking sequel? And now I'm just like, bro, just give me what I know is gonna be good, right? Like now, I just want to be comfortable. I just want to know the game.
Especially in this age in video games, because back in the day, even if you tried a new title out of randomness,
it would be decent.
Yeah, like at least you can say like this is a game. Like the way
nowadays,
that I don't know,
garbage.
I just think game developers just built different back then.
Could y'all imagine? You back in the day, like you randomly just pull up at GameStop or EB Games or Funko Land or I'm aging myself, all that shit, right?
Yeah.
And you just randomly buy that Walking Dead game.
Oh my god!
Oh,
could you imagine? Just buy that Walking Dead game or fucking that King Kong game. And then
you know what?
And then you invite your friend over.
I'm sure it has.
You invite your friend over. Yo, I got this new King Kong game, bro. And then your friends come over and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yo, you know what game I took a risk on that back in the day? Because I used to be such a huge Monokama fan. Was it Rampage? You guys ever play that game?
Rampage was fire, dude.
Yeah, but like I remember playing Rampage that game. It was dope for the first 2 hours, and then after I was just like,
I mean, it was an arcade game. It wasn't,
Well, I didn't know, but the thing is, you didn't know that. I didn't know that.
True. Yeah.
So when I was like 3 hours, it was like, man, when's this shit end, bro?
Yeah. And it was like a 50. You want to know my experience with that game? I got it on the N64, and I didn't have a memory pack or whatever the fuck. Right?
No.
So you know how those games have like 100, like hundreds of fucking levels. So I would get so far in the game, and I couldn't save it. I couldn't do shit, so I had to start the game over every fucking time. Like. But I loved it.
Well, I just decided that there was no end to the game, so then that's when I stopped.
Yeah,
but like, I took a risk on the game
George.
like that. Oh yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't even imagine getting that Walking Dead.
I just want devs to stop being so fucking full of shit, dude. Square Enix was. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Square was in that same position. Koei Techmo is in now, like where you recognize their games. Like when you hear Square, I don't care what anybody says. When you hear Square Enix, you think of Final Fantasy. You don't think of shit else. You think of Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, and maybe Dragon Quest, right? That's what you think about. You don't think about shit else. So Square decided to finally double down on their Final Fantasy, right? Dragon Quest is in limbo right now. I forgot what they said was going on with that, but Dragon Quest is in limbo right now. We know it's coming, but it's just whatever. Kingdom Hearts, we know it's coming, right? So they're doubling down on the shit that they know people want, right? So why can't Koei Techmo was in that same position, but we know what they got. They got DOA. They got Neo. They got Ninja Gaiden. Right? They got all this shit. Just make a fucking game, bro. Just put it out. Like make a Neo 3. I don't have a problem with sequels anymore. I used to. But because it's safe, right? That's the problem is that people who say sequels are too safe. Well, bruh, I'd rather play something safe and good than something that you took a risk on and it ends up being garbage and it puts you in a hole and then we don't get any more of your games ever again. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. All it takes is one risk and one flop, and I could put a company out nowadays.
Yep.
So,
nowadays.
I think you just gotta. I mean, well, Capcom's just blessed, but just to bring them up real quick, it's just like they got a moneymaker. Well, they have two moneymakers actually, and then which allows them to take risk on different games. And so what they're doing right now is like they're in the perfect position. And
yeah,
like,
a lot of you motherfuckers don't have that. Like,
yeah, right. If you're a developer. Like, if you're a developer like that, that's the level you need to get to. Like, oh yeah, I have my guarantees, like my Monster Hunter and my Resident Evil, and then they make enough money that we can experiment and try to build new franchises. And I think that's the safe place that you need to get to.
Yeah. But, not everyone can get there, and not everyone needs to get there to make good games. Like,
Sure.
No.
It's such an unrealistic. It's not unreal. It's not an unrealistic goal.
No. But Capcom literally hit the lottery ticket twice.
Yeah, it's very destructive. Capcom's also been making games since the fucking inception of video games, so it's like, come on, that's different. I don't know. Whatever, man. Hopefully it doesn't fucking make them start making live service games and all other bullshit.
Yeah, following the trends to try and be more profitable. Let's see what Koei Techmo has on the horizon. Hopefully something good. A couple of games on the horizon, new games that have been announced this week is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Ooh, yeah. Thank you for reminding me. I want to play the first one because I don't know how. I didn't know about this game before.
Yeah. So we got Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Larian announced that they're working on 2 new projects.
Interesting.
As part of their next journey apart from Baldur's Gate.
You know what's salty? It's just like, because remember you heard a report later on where, like, you know, they said they weren't going to work on Baldur's Gate, and then you find out, like, the people in charge of Baldur's Gate didn't want Larian Studios, and now, like, the way they're perceiving it is like, oh, yeah, no, Larian Studios didn't want to work with us anymore. We're still looking for... I'm like, bro, you dropped them! Why? Like, oh, my God.
Interesting.
That's like...
Classic denial.
Well, they can just go make Divinity.
Bro, they just looked around. And they realized, oh, we had the best developer, and they made a huge mistake. But now they're trying to pretend like, oh, Larian Studios just wasn't interested.
You know, they could just go make Divinity 3. They don't even need fuck those guys. Like, Larian has cemented themselves with one game. Not one game. Okay, it's not one game. It's been a few games, but Baldur's Gate 3 really propelled them, right? So, fuck that. Yeah, fuck those guys. Let Larian gonna do whatever they gotta do, right? Because their next game is everyone's eyes are gonna be on it.
Everyone's looking and paying attention on the next project for sure. They got the attention of everyone. Everyone's paying attention to them. They could get the best talent. They could get the best whatever to develop their game.
Looking at their catalog, their games have not been shit. Every game that they've put out has been good. Like,
but now it's even super heightened. You know, people are looking now. Whereas, you know, it's not like this mistake. Like, oh, what is this game? Oh, this game is sick, right? This is more like, oh, this is a Larian Studios game now, right? Now they're a name is basically what I'm saying. Whereas before it was not the case necessarily. Which is I'm not dissing them, but like that's the perception going on.
Yeah, because I always heard about Baldur's Gate, but I never really cared to play it. It was one of those things that was always in the back of my mind. I would see it in like articles or like magazines and shit. I was seeing fucking Baldur's Gate on like PS2 back in the day in like magazines and shit. And I always thought it was cool, but I never got into it. But you know, all you need is that one fucking game, bro. Yo, could y'all imagine? Yo, could y'all imagine what it was like to be Rockstar back in the PS2 era where GTA was cool before that, right? But it wasn't what GTA was when GTA 3 came out. Could y'all imagine, like, what that must have felt like? To go from making, like, you know, because GTA 1 and 2 or whatever was like the little top-down, whatever. Yeah. Could you imagine going from that to GTA 3 on PS2 and then just completely just blowing up in the gaming space, then Vice City, then San Andreas? Like, yo, that must have been like...
They probably couldn't believe it at first, but then by the time they made Vice City and that did well, they were like, oh... Yeah,
I personally feel like back in the day, right? I'm sure it's like this for some devs now, but back in the day, gaming was so like it was such a subculture, right? That I feel like they were just like, yeah, we just gonna make the best shit we could possibly make. They were like, yo, they probably saw GTA 3. They saw GTA 2, and then they had the idea for GTA 3 when they were making those games. They were probably just technically limited, right? They were probably. I feel like they were just limited by the PS1 and all other shit because they were probably. Those guys are like some of the most ambitious people, right? We've seen how far they've come from GTA 3 to fucking now. So they were probably back in the day like, they probably knew GTA 3 was gonna be fucking fire. They probably knew. Like, I don't know. I feel like they probably knew back then.
I mean, no, they were, but they knew, but I don't think to the level that they.
Oh, hell yeah. Definitely not to the level. Nah. Because GTA wasn't even where it is now until San Andreas and fucking 5.
I mean, not even to the level where they're beating the movie industry.
That wasn't until 5. Yeah, that wasn't even until 5. That's crazy. That's wild, man.
And then now GTA 6 is coming out. And they're like, the movie industry blew.
Bro, GTA 6 is like a big ass boulder that's just rolling down a hill onto like every little plebeian below. Like it's like, damn, we better get out the fucking way.
Bro, you notice how developers are kind of like not specific on dates in 2025?
Yeah.
They're just saying 2025, Right?
That shit's anything coming out next year, we're never gonna know until GTA gets a release date.
Yeah, but like if I was a developer, I'd do the same shit. When is it coming out? 2025.
You best believe
when GTA 6 isn't dropping. That's
you better be smart. Exactly, you better be smart with that shit. And that's not even like something to be ashamed of. Like, out of respect, you better move your shit. Like I wouldn't be ashamed to move my game away from GTA. Fuck that.
Yeah. Don't be like Guerrilla Games, please.
Mm-hmm.
I think
trying to be competitive with the wrong games. Like, stop it, dude. And then get mad when your game. Oh my! I can't believe you have the nerve to get mad when your game doesn't sell the way you want it to when you release it alongside some of the most anticipated games of all time. Idiots, man.
I think we can confirm Guerrilla's next project is coming out when GTA.
Yep, it's gonna come out a week before GTA. Yep,
probably.
It's like a habit now. They've done it every single release.
Now they have to, right? Like now.
Yep. Every single release, bro.
But in any case, I interrupted you. So the Learning Series is releasing 2 games, and then what else?
Hazelight is revealing their new project as well. Hazelight is the studio behind games for like Brothers.
It Takes Two, yeah.
It Takes Two, and what is it? A Way Out. The co-op games.
That's gonna be dope.
You know what?
A lot of their games haven't missed, in my opinion.
They haven't missed. And to be honest with you, I don't remember the name of the dude, but the dude is like saying fuck the
yeah.
Fuck the Oscars.
Bro, to be fair, mad respects to that guy, because like if you're a small developer and you're like, man, I love video games, and like he believed in his video games, and look, that got more eyes to the product, and now look at him, like he won Game of the Year, and so now whatever next project that they do, people are looking forward to it. And
we were just talking about devs that love to yap. He's yapping and rapping. Like he's talking and walking. Like he's actually, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but he backs it up, because usually when people are saying like that, I was a little hesitant. Exactly. I was like blah blah blah. But then the games
and then Game of the Year.
Yeah. And then what was it? The I forget the game that we played. Freak. What's
It Takes Two?
It Takes Two. Yeah.
It Takes Two. Yeah. That game is so like, obviously we didn't replay the game, but like from like a begin, I felt satisfied with my experience with the game. Like it was good. It was fun.
Yeah, guys, just don't play that game with your significant other.
Damn.
That's all I would say. No, it was fun as shit, but it definitely raises some questions and thoughts.
Damn.
Yeah, if you're not ready for that,
had to sit down and have a conversation. Damn.
It's one of those games. But I loved it. I thought it was fucking great.
Yeah, and I just love developers who believe in their games, right? Because that to me feels like, oh, you put everything in, you had into this game. Whether it misses or it fails, at least you're like. But I just feel like a lot of people are like, oh man, yeah, this game is gonna be great. But but their behavior is kind of like they're just saying shit. They don't believe it.
Yeah, I mean that's the majority of people. It's very rare you have people that can back up what they say.
So when I see this guy now, I'm like, all right, well, what you got next, bro? I'm listening.
Like, I know we all love to shit on No Man's Sky, right? Because of the way it launched. But the way the game is now, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of wild that I feel like that dude, the guy that was head of It Takes Two, and then the guy that was head of like No Man's Sky, I always confuse them, which is funny as shit. I always confuse both of them. And it's like they're both just random devs out of nowhere. Now, I don't want to say out of nowhere, but they're both just random devs that was just talking, and now they're like, damn, look at the work. Look at the shit that we had to show for the talking that we did. Now, yeah, like I said, No Man's Sky launched whatever in a certain way, right? But you can't say shit now, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Sean Murray from Hello Games from No Man's Sky. Didn't they also just announce like?
Yeah, it was a new game.
Some new game that's dope. It looks good, but it's like super.
It was like a fantasy type.
Again.
It wasn't sci-fi. It was like a fantasy game. Yeah.
And it's another game that when announcing it, it was just such ambitious statements that
super
was
ambitious.
Like,
yeah,
don't do another No Man's Sky 2.
But the thing is, right? For him, I feel like hopefully he learned a lot from that first experience, though.
Yeah,
that can be taken. That can go into this. Hopefully, we'll see. Their new game doesn't seem as big as No Man's Sky, but that's subjective. I don't know. We need to see more of it.
To be fair, you work on a game like No Man's Sky, you're probably like, bro, I just want a regular game.
Yeah, it looks a little more focused, I think, than No Man's Sky. I don't remember what the hell it was called though.
Oh, I forgot what it was called. Let me take a look. Yeah, but as far as Haze Light goes,
Light No Fire.
Light No Fire. Yeah. Oh yes. And then so we got that coming out. We got Haze Light. There's a bunch of new games coming out within the rest of 2024. People rushing to get their game out before GTA 5 starts storming up that hill. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. That's a game that I did not see coming. At least not this soon.
But it leaked a while ago, which is why I think I brought it up to you like a while back because I was like, it's basically like an Elder Scrolls game, kind of, which I had no fucking clue. I don't believe I didn't know that because I don't know something. Maybe there was another game that I confused it with because I always thought people said that game was ass, but maybe that was something else. I always get that confused with Lords of the Fallen, bro. The original Lords of the Fallen game.
Yeah. Oh, that game. Yeah. That game was ass. But no, Deliverance it's more of like what was it called? Like a Skyrim based in realism, basically.
Yeah,
and it's just historically accurate Skyrim, basically, because they really were trying to be as historically accurate as they could be for that time
right now.
So it's always been a game that I've wanted to play. It's interesting. So
it's $6 on Steam right now.
Ooh, I think I have it on Epic right now as well. So.
Oh wait, hold on. Was it free or something?
Yeah, I think it was free on Epic a while back. So I think I have
make sure I don't have it already.
Yeah. So with that game, and then I think with part 2. I think that it should also, if it's following the same vein, I think they're just going to improve upon it because that was one of the games I think they got a lot more praise after the fact. Like upon launch, it was just kind of like one of those slow games that it was like one of the streamer games, right? Like, what's this streamer playing? It's a game that's kind of like realistic.
Wow, it came out
2018. You get arrested.
I thought this game was hella old. It came out 2018.
Nah, it came out during that time, like just at the pre-pandemic, and kind of got lost in the shuffle, I think. But yeah, I think a lot of streamers played it, and then like everyone was like, "Oh man, that's crazy that could happen. Like certain things happening in the game." It just kind of like blew people's minds back then. I think the more people played it, the more
that reminds me
success it gained.
It's like Talos Principle 2, right? Like
yeah.
Talos Principle 1 came out, and I heard about it, but over the years, right as time passed, you started hearing about it more and more. People were talking about it, and then. Right, it was right in time for Talos Principle 2 to come out for it to take off, right? So that's cool. I need to see what it looks like because I'm sure a game like that graphically is probably gonna look hella good. And we need something because we're never gonna get Elder Scrolls fucking 6 or whatever the fuck, whichever one it is.
Not anytime soon.
Right,
we're gonna get like 3 more Fallout games out of the Fallout show took off.
All the attention goes to Fallout because apparently Fallout 4 sold hella this week or last week.
I'm not gonna hate because I always prefer Fallout over Elder Scrolls anyway. Sorry.
So they kind of have Bethesda has a very good opportunity to take advantage, kind of like how Cyberpunk did to kind of.
But this
restart their stuff. Yeah, I know. This is me being positive thinking, but
yeah.
But regardless of what they do, they still have an opportunity to seize it if they so choose.
They fucking better because I love Fallout.
Because Cyberpunk, honestly, like when that anime came out and it did so well, they credit to them. They jumped on the freaking gun immediately.
Fucking love Fallout, bro. Oh,
it worked out for them. And now Fallout's in that same position. You got a solid, you have a chance to bring in people who normally aren't about video games just because they like your show. And it's a rare opportunity that it's actually more rare. This is the second time it's ever happened. So you have a very good opportunity and buzz to take advantage of this shit. And even though I believe Bethesda's going to slip and fuck it up, they still have the opportunity. So I just don't want them saying like, "Oh, no one told me anything." Nah, I'm here telling you right now. You got a limited opportunity to make something happen. Don't waste that.
Yeah, stop beefing with fucking Obsidian over New Vegas, idiots.
Actually, just get fucking Obsidian to make the Fallout.
They're
Damn,
not
they would
going
be too
to.
salty. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it.
The salt has been settling in for the past like 10 years. They can't.
Too salty.
I wish, but nah.
If you're gonna take advantage of any success, take advantage of successfully hitting that subscribe button, hitting that like. You know, with the YouTube has decreased their partnership metrics, so we need to get to 500 subscribers, guys. If you're listening now,
Wait,
if you made it this far, it's only 500 now. If you made it
There's
this
no
far,
way it's only 500.
hit subscribe, hit like, check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, iTunes, anywhere else. All the links in the description, all of our socials in the description, the description. Subscribe, check us out, listening. We're gonna be coming at you with more news, more drops, more everything, and tip us too. And we'll catch you guys with a hot tip next week.
Don't give you a hot tip. Oh.
God, yeah, hot tip, buddy.